about what would you have to say would be your favorite role that you've ever auditioned for, even though you may not have gotten it?
Oh, wow, that's a really good question. I don't know. I auditioned for like John Connor one time. I wanted to be, I auditioned for Gambit for the I was like, please let me be Gambit. Oh, you went with somebody famous. Okay. Oh, I know.
It's just nice. All right, love your work.
Thanks.
Hi, well, that pudding story was really traumatizing, but
Yes.
anyway, the point is, I am a huge Full Metal Alchemist fan, obviously. Roy Mustang is my favorite character of all time, but something that really strikes me about Roy Mustang is that it feels very real, all the relationships that he has with other characters. And I know that, on stage or on screen, which are, genres that I'm slightly more familiar with, you can look at the other character, you can look them in the eye and have that connection, and depending on the other person, it makes it more or less difficult to do that.
Right.
I'm wondering, how does that play out in an animated show? What makes it harder or easier for you to connect with another character like that?
It's hard, because we're not in the same room, we're not all recording at the same time. So it's up to each individual voice actor to make whatever the read is or whatever the line is very real. And that was the great thing about FMA, is that it's not cartoony. I mean, there are cartoony moments and there are funny moments, but most of the time it's written really well. I mean, it's life moments, life situations, things that are very dire and intense, and things that are absolutely hilarious. So most of the time, you didn't really have to act, you just had to say the lines and mean it, I mean, it was written like a real film at times. So it was very easy and yet hard at the same time. Because a lot of times Mike McFarland or Colleen, the directors, would just say, stop acting, don't try and say the line, just talk. Just talk the line, because we basically cast us for our natural voices, pretty close to it, except for Ed. But yeah, I mean, it was a great show,
Yeah, absolutely, I look forward to Brotherhood.
Me too. Wait. Wait. Your shirt says wait, dude.
Oh. Thank you.
Wait.
Well, I'm Josh. I met you at the autograph session yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said there, I really am looking forward to your role as Ace coming up.
Cool.
It's not coming out yet. It's a few DVD sets down the line, but
right.
I'm looking forward to it. My question is, you do a lot of work in Texas, and you've been doing some work in California nowadays. And what I want to know is, what are some of the differences or similarities between working in those two different areas?
Great question.
And one last thing, is it worthwhile for you?
Absolutely, great question. I love working in Texas, because in Texas it's usually some video game titles and mostly anything that Funimation's doing. So the main difference between Texas and Los Angeles is Texas is a right-to-work state, which means it's mostly non-union work, which doesn't really matter to anybody in this room unless you're an actor, right? And non-union means that anybody can do it. In California, however, most of the work is union, which means you have to join SAG or one of the, AFTRA, one of the unions that are there, which means you have to pay dues and all this stuff. And if you're non-union, you can't work on it. So you have to join a union, be approved, all that stuff. So those are the two main differences. Now in Texas, they have lots of video game titles that we can work on, and any of the anime titles that we know and love, which is awesome, because I love going back there and working on that stuff. California, however, has lots of big properties. Like, I have a new show coming out in August or September. We're premiering it at Comic-Con next weekend, and it's Marvel's Superhero Squad, and I'm playing the Incredible Hulk and the Human Torch. It's going to be awesome. It's going to start on Cartoon Network
More
in,
fire.
I guess, like late August or September. 26 episodes. There's a video game going to be coming out for it. And the caliber of the projects are just huge. We can work on Resistance 2, we can work on Street Fighter 4, we can work on all those games that we've been working on, plus we get to work on Bleach, Naruto, all those shows. So, anime and video games alike, but usually the caliber of the project is larger in California.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Casey. I'd like to know which character that you've played you feel the most connected to.
The one with the most girls. Roy Mustang, I think, because I think he's just the most well-written character, He's like awesome and cool and totally rocking, and then at the same time he's got like all these real human problems, He's got guilt and all this other stuff. And He gets rid of all of it by blowing things up with his glove. And stealing people's girlfriends.
Thank you.
You're welcome.